All right, guys. So I really have not talked about my training very much for the past 6 weeks because I know that everything I do, Michael will copy it. And even though Michael is a hell of an arm wrestler, I actually I didn't want to teach him more while he's getting ready for the match with me. But basically, what I did for the past 6 weeks was conduct an extremely standard taper. And today, so 8 days from the event, this is my last run through. And you see me doing basically just one set of, around 50 in each exercise. It's really just blood flow at this point. Just keep fluids moving, keep everything feeling good. Absolutely no strain whatsoever. My goal, my highest priority showing up to the match on the 28th was to feel as little pain as possible in any of my joints. I wanted to have as little inflammation in all my tendons as possible so that I'll be able to move quick and transition and bring my joints into play without any hesitation. So you've seen me already do rise, grip, roll. Here you see me doing supination. Basically, I go through all the exercises. And this is what I've been doing for the past 6 weeks. Basically, I went from a very, very high volume of exercise. So, like 2 or 3 fairly good workouts every day of significant volume and intensity. And that kind of got up to a point where it was pretty good. So basically, after my table and rehab session, I was actually quite inflamed, quite beat up. So the first part was just a lot of volume, a lot of volume. And then over the course of the next few weeks, I got up to, somewhat respectable weight, but in no way was I hitting PRs or doing anything super progressive, as my only goal was to show up in the best shape possible. And I didn't intend on breaking any new ground over the last 6 weeks of the period. I just wanted to bring everything to maximum health. And really that's the goal of a good taper. Blood flow and a really big return to health. Yeah, so this here is one of my absolute favorite exercises. Uh, you know, it's definitely a rolling through the thumb, pronation, outside. So it's not internal stabilization, it's external stabilization, which is a great place to initiate a top roll. Um, I think that when you're training your arm wrestling, you should try and focus almost as much externally as you do internally because they're both completely valid options. Um, this is the first time in I don't know how long that I've really thought about bringing health back to my elbow by the incorporation of tricep. Uh, since my elbow surgeries, my ability to push and use my tricep has been super, super limited. But over the course of the last few months, I've really purposefully been just trying to make my tricep healthy. Not anything crazy. Just fluid through, lots of movement, lots of mobility, good consistent amount of activation and stimulation through the joint, and it's been really successful. I have brought health back to my tricep over the last couple months. Yeah, but from this point forward, it is maybe a tiny bit more cardio, maybe a few walks, maybe some stretching, maybe some mobility work, but really just a lot of visualization of me cracking back the wrist of the world champ, Michael Todd. Got my COVID test today, so it should be green lights everywhere. Yeah, a lot of this stuff has been just a return to basics. Basic elbow flexion, basic tricep extension, cupping, rising, rolling, supinating. These are just the the base. They should be the base of every arm wrestler's training regimen. Throw some grip in there. My good buddy Don Poissant, early in the cycle, I was having some back issues. I threw out my back, I think in like February. And one of the things he told me is he said, you got to hang every day for like 3 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever. So I started to do, 6 rounds of hanging every day. And, I'm not killing myself. I typically just hang for like 30 seconds. Again, just for the stimulation. So much of training, you don't have to break yourself. You don't have to push yourself to failure all the time. If you are just consistently telling your body what it has to do over the course of a few weeks, a couple months, the changes in mobility and pain are super significant. So, yeah, I think it made a difference. I think this may be one of the best forms of my entire career. And it's been all right hand training for a year and a half. And there's no inflammation left. It's all gone. I'm ready. I'm ready to hit. Oh, nice early start, Mike.